Mairead, that was a real tough game against a really committed and big Salford side.
Yeah, Salford started really well and they executed on our mistakes, and I think they kept us in the arm wrestle for the whole game. We kind of came away from our process a little bit, but it was good to see at spells throughout the game we could stick to them, and we got the win in the end and the 2 points, which is what we needed.
You had a really tough game against Featherstone, took them all the way, and was there a little bit of a hangover from that game?
A little bit, yeah. It hit us hard, the Fev game, and we did play really well. So we've reviewed it and it did hurt, but it's gone now. It's finished, and the same like today. That I know we'll review it on Tuesday, but we've got to focus on our end goal. And the girls and myself and all the staff are fully committed on that goal, and we know what we need to do to achieve that. So we'll review it on Tuesday, and then box on and go against Cass.
You went into the game knowing that 3 wins in your last 3 home games would take you to the championship. So extra pressure and expectation ahead of the game?
Yeah, I think if I'm honest with you, I think that's what kind of affected us a little bit today. I think we knew that we've applying too much pressure on ourselves and pressure that we didn't need it. And like I said before, came away from our game plan. So yeah, we just need to focus on being us and playing our game, and the points will come when we deserve them.
It was fitting that in such a sort of forward-dominated game in that first half that the tries came from the front row. Yourself and Kate Howard scored as well. Yeah,
we knew their forwards were going to move us round, but we knew that we could equally match them. Our pack's really strong and we're a little bit more mobile than them, and we've been working hard on there to get to that point. And we knew that if we would move them forwards in, then it would give our backs more edge, more shape to play in. So yeah, really proud of the girls today.
It was 12-8 at half time, and then second half you started really well. Tries by Kirsty Millington and Mackenzie Taylor, and that stretched the lead to 22-8. So that was a dominant and crucial stage of the game, really.
Yeah, and that just shows that how well we can actually play when we play a little bit more composed. And then again, we just kind of came away from it again. But I'm sure this week we'll be working on our composure. I know Kieran will be putting a lot of pressure under us to make sure, putting us in pressured situations to make sure that we're composed. And yeah, we'll review it and we'll go again.
And Hattie Douglas scored the final try, and 4 goals from Emma Knowles, who's a really consistent goal kicker.
Oh yeah, Emma's got a brilliant boot on her, and she's new, she's 17 at the end of the day, and I don't think people give her enough credit for how talented she is for her age. It's a massive step up coming into the women's game. We've got a few young girls in there, so games like this, when you do carry emotion, you can feel it, and they're not necessarily used to it, but they're definitely getting there, and they've got us older ones to get an arm around them and help them get through them games.
As someone who's been playing rugby league for a considerable time, you look at the Challenge Cup final last week, St Helens and Leeds, and the standard of that game, which was fantastic. And it just shows how much the women's game is improving year by year. It must be inspirational, really, to be part of a journey with Leopards as well, and see the girls improving week by week.
Oh, 100%. Last week was a massive game, and it's something I was a bit jealous of, really, if I'm really honest with you, that Saints and Leeds went to do that. But I know that the backing that we have from the club and Derek and all the staff, that I know that we can get there in years to come. We've just got to kind of take it one bit at a time, keep focusing on our goals. But yeah, I was made up for the lads last week, and I think that we celebrated with them, so that was nice to be a part of this one club ethos that we've got. But yeah, it's definitely in our targets for a few years' time, yeah.
Yeah, seeing Lee Leopards lift the cup at Wembley, it was everyone's dream. How was it for you looking back?
Oh, unbelievable. I'm a Lee girl, and it means a lot, like it meant to the whole town. So yeah, it's brilliant, and it's nice that the girls feel a part of it and we feel as welcomed as the men do, and it's just nice to see where the club's going, the team's going through all the revamp and the attention that we're getting. It's just unbelievable.
And it's wonderful, isn't it, these home games? You look at the crowd today, there's families, maybe 3-4 generations here, lots of happy smiling faces, everyone enjoying it. And another good crowd here as well. It must be fabulous to play in front of such a supportive group.
Oh yeah, and it used to be years and seasons ago where it'd just be like your own mum and your own sister or your own family members, and now you've actually just got like public that are coming, like people, and you can hear people talking about us, and we've never really had that opportunity, but that has come from being associated with how well the club's doing. So it's nice, and it's nice to have that backing, and it's nice to have that encouragement. And at points today you could definitely hear the crowd, and I think at points when we were playing well, that spurred us on that little bit more. So massive thanks to the crowd.
And you've got a coach in Kieran Purtle, who's been a coach for around 20 years. Started off with Ian Millward, and he's had experience in Super League. He's coached the England Lions. He's been a head coach in his own right. He's a level 4 coach, one of the very few in rugby league. It must be fantastic to have Kieran as the coach of the women's team.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable, and we joke, but when Kieran first came, I sat him down and I was like, I just need to tell you the essentials of like the women's game. It's important that we have time to do our hair and stuff like that, and he's really come on board with it, and he's dead approachable, and it is down to him at the end of the day and the other staff team that have got us to where we need to be. We're playing some really good rugby, the best rugby I've ever played. Our shape is really good and it keeps other teams on the toes, and when we execute it, teams can't stop us. So it's great to have a coach like Kieran on board, and you can feel in myself and all the girls that we're constantly developing, and he's got a really good approach with it where we don't really talk about the negatives too much. He just kind of gives his opinion of what could we have done better, like what should we have done. So it's a nice way to approach it. Instead of being negative all the time, there's always a positive twist to it, which we react well to.
And just give us an insight into a typical week for you. How did you prepare, say, for this week?
So we train on a Tuesday, we meet at 6. Some girls will just come straight from work, and then we'll review it. We'll look at the game today. Kieran will clip it. He'll individualise our clips, and he's happy to sit down and go through it with you.